another part that I just want to say with me, right? You know, when some of these artists get to talking that shit, and again, I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but it's several of them. But my thing is, listen, dog. You know, P is not God. P is merely a man. He's flawed like everybody else. So you got to understand, man. You got a nigga from the projects, you know, who comes into millions, $100 million or whatever. P was still in his 20s, in his early 30s. So he's learning on the job too. He's trying to figure it out as well. He's gonna make some mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the thing, man. It's like everybody, yeah. I mean, it's like they want to hold, you know, P to a standard that they can't hold themselves to. It's like, so, you know, maybe he did make, I don't know. Maybe he made mistakes. Maybe he didn't. But whatever the case may be, it's like, motherfucker, you not perfect either. What have you done? I mean, your life ain't been on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't set the world on fire. So judge yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be my whole thing is I like to let people understand that I represent the other side of that. And it's not about what a nigga give me. It's about what he can teach me. You know what I'm saying? He don't give me fish. He teach me how to fish. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a nigga that won't fish anyway. I don't even really like fish anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm like, dog, he teach you how to get your own if you're willing to learn and you're willing to hustle. So, yeah.
Something like King George on BET in tears. It's like, man, that dude's really hurt. I mean, you could tell that he really wants to reconnect with his brother.
Well, I mean, listen, George was a solid soldier back then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, he was a good dude. I mean, you can't take that away from him. Again, they're personal, whatever. To be honest with you, I don't really know the 100%. Only they know that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I'm the same way, bro. You can't say nothing bad about my brother. Like, you know, good, bad, or indifferent. Again, the nigga's not perfect. I'll be the first to say it. I know him like the back of my hand.
Nobody.
That's my brother.
Right.
He is not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he has helped a lot of motherfuckers. He's inspired the world. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when you know a man's heart, that's the thing about it. You got to know his heart. Even amongst his shortcomings, whatever that could be, you got to know his heart. And the man got a good heart. He helped any and everybody. Shit, to be honest with you, in my opinion, he may help too many motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. And a lot of it is not broadcasted. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to measure a man by his heart. You know what I mean? And we're all flawed. We all make mistakes and different things. I know I continuously make mistakes, so I would want somebody to deal with me, you know, in grace and mercy, you know, the same way that, you know, that I want to be allowed to make a mistake and be forgiven or whatever the case, or I could just be misunderstood. Sometimes it ain't even a mistake. Sometimes you just misunderstood and be able to, you know, and sometimes not be, you know, criticized and crucified. So, motherfuckers can't say nothing bad about P around me. No, I done got into it with niggas over that, and it almost came to gunplay. Because if you talk about him, you talk about me, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say that he a fuck nigga, then you basically saying I'm one too, because that's the understanding I come up under. So, you know, that's how I go. You talk about him or you talk about Boz, you're going to have to see me straight up.
Yeah. Now, Boz, that's P's childhood friend, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So they came up.
Yep.
All three of them probably hung around together. King George, him, and Boz.
They all from New Orleans, from the same era. But, you know, for me, see, that's what I'm saying. But for me, it's not just about a label. And, like, I always say this, though, right? I do say,
like a family team.
Listen, anybody that wore that tank, I consider my brother. You know, whether you on the outs or not, you know what I'm saying? I still consider you a brother. You know what I mean? Because you wore that tank. You know, so at the end of the day, even with the ones that talk shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, families are dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for nobody else. I'm just speaking for myself. Any nigga that wore that tank, you know, you still got somewhat of a leg up with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to fuck with you. I ain't got to be friends with you and all of that shit. But, you know, if I'm somewhere and you getting packed out and you wore that tank, then, you know, I might try to intervene. You know what I'm saying? That ain't mean that we got to be friends afterward, but you wore that tank. Because I feel like if they packing out you and you wore that tank, you still one of ours. So it's still a strike against us. That's just how people look at it. Because even if you was with No Limit and you do some whole shit, it's still going to go against No Limit. Like, oh, yeah, you know, such and such. You remember he used to be with No Limit. Yeah, we robbed him and woo, woo, woo. It's still a strike against us. So, for me, as it pertains to, especially with P and Boz, like, that's family. Those are my brothers. I'm an only child. So those are my two big brothers, you know what I'm saying, that they just got that, like, you know what I mean? And again, we all family, you know what I'm saying, even presently, and the motherfuckers that's still around that we go on tour with and past too. So it's bigger than a label, with some of us. And I'm speaking for myself. It's more than a label. Like, that's fam.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, like, comment, share. Also go over to UGSforlife.com, download the entire archive, and check out new episodes on Apple Podcasts and Blog Talk Radio.